This season, the Moto3 bikes, single-cylinder 254 strokes, and the 125s, single-cylinder 125 two-strokes, all race together in the same race, but their points will count for two different championships. With Luke Hedger, last year's champ, moving on, the favourite is currently Bradley Ray. But keep an eye out also for Catherine Green, third last year and the first woman ever to win a round of the British Championship. Taking you through this are our Motostar gurus, James Whittam and Jack Bernacle.
The Monster Energy British Motostar Championship of 2013, round one, and it's Taron Mackenzie, son of a famous father, on pole position on his Moto3 KTM, ahead of Joe Francis, Jordan Weaving and Tom Kahn. Second row of the grid, headed by Australian newcomer Ollie Simpson, from Joe Irving, Arnie Shelton and Bradley Ray. The third row, Ed Rendell, the lady who won at Cadwell Park, record-breaking victory last year, Catherine Green, Peter Sutherland and Milo Ward. And the fourth row of the grid headed by Elliot Lodge, from Paul Jordan, Callum Bay and Jake Bayford. Preparing for the first race of 2013 at Brands Hatch Indy, the Monster Energy Motostar British Championship. A grid full of lightning-fast kids with the odd experienced ahead amongst them as they come off the line. Great start. Look at little Taron Mackenzie tucking himself in as he gets the Moto3 254-stroke single KTM off the line and rushes down Paddock Hill Bend at the front.
I've got to say that Taron Mackenzie's been quick all week, and he's certainly come out of the van punching this year. He's only little, but he's certainly relishing riding this 4-stroke KTM as opposed to the 2-stroke 125 of last year.
Right behind him, Joe Francis, Jordan Weaving, Joe Irving, Tom Kahn makes a great start. So too does Ed Rendell and Cat Green. Where did she come from? She was way down the grid.
She was.
Catherine Green, 7th, Arnie Shelton in 8th, Bradley Ray were riding a curious hybrid of a motorcycle. Scaldingly fast last year, of course, winning whenever he showed up, really, what his Red Bull rookie commitments allowed him to, but only qualifying at the back of the second row of the grid this time. One lap in then, Taron Mackenzie ahead of Joe Francis and Joe Irving, Jordan Weaving, Tom Kahn and Cat Green.
Yeah, Cat Green came from 10th. She did make a good start, so she's up in 6th now, round the back.
Here we go. Joe Francis straight through. Yep. So no messing then for a little fellow on bike number 40. Joe Francis nips through into the lead. Gets the better of the now 17-year-old Taron Mackenzie. Can't believe that Taz is 17, but Taz look whipped straight back to the front as they go along the Cooper Straight.
Oh, there's a bit of big in there. At least 3 involved, 4 involved, 5 involved. There could be oil. There could be oil down there.
Major tangle, major tangle.
I've got a feeling there could be some oil down there, just because they've all gone down at 1.1.
Okay, so we've had a bunch of fallers on the Cooper Straight, so we pull off. The red flag is obviously out. There's a fair bit of chaos to be cleared up there in the mid-pack. So the red flag goes out, and for the moment, action suspended here at Brands Hatch Indy in the opening round of the Monster Energy Motostar British Championship. And it's one of the KRP bikes is down there that's being pushed off.
Steph Wadlow was definitely one of them. Number 22 we saw sort of marching off, waving her arms about there.
That's number 44, Jake Bayford, on the jakecom.com Honda from Southminster.
Yep.
Someone's being tended to at the side of the track. Let's hope he's all right. Oh, he's moving. I think he's getting up. That's a great relief. Two riders starting from pit lane on the restart here of the Monster Energy Motostar British Championship. Number 44, Jake Bayford, and number 45, Australian kid Ollie Simpson, didn't make it out for the warm-up lap, so they've got to start from in there at the back of a rather gappy pack. And look at Taron Mackenzie straight off the line again, arrows into the lead.
He knows how to start that thing. And Ollie Simpson, the guy the kid having to start from pit lane, should have gone off the second row. He was 5th, so that's a big disappointment for him.
So as they go heeling round Druids Hill Bend, it's Taron Mackenzie, son of the triple British Superbike champion Neil Mackenzie, at the front from Joe Francis, and Jordan Weaving gets the better of Joe Irving this time. Tom Kahn, Ed Rendell, Bradley Ray, Catherine Green, Arnie Shelton. Their start's pretty much as it was before, actually. The old black outfit of Lady Catherine Green there, very distinctive, as we watch the orange Austrian KTM of Little Scotsman Taron Mackenzie, born in Stirling, leading the way round clearways on the Clark Curve. To complete the first lap of 19, Taron Mackenzie across the line ahead of Joe Francis, Joe Irving, Jordan Weaving. Weaving getting in a little bit of a tangle there. Number 34, Weaving trying to get around the outside of Joe Irving, number 66. Jordan Weaving from Cape Town, 15-year-old, has cut through into third place there on that distinctive red and yellow bike, and already problems for the familiar colour scheme that Luke Hedger took to the championship last year. That's number 90, Greg Greenwood from Morecambe on the Luyton Racing, FPW Racing, Luyton Honda.
Something that would be smoke coming out of Bradley Ray's bike, I think.
Perhaps they haven't made too good a job of building it at home.
I did see a bit of smoke, but it had been on the grass at the time, and I thought it was maybe a little bit of dust had kicked up.
So Mackenzie just beginning to eke out an advantage now over the hard-trying Joe Francis, and with that little bit of extra pace down the straights, Taron just, oh, look at that, he's just took his hand coolly off the bar.
He's like a monkey on a greyhound, isn't he? You know, and he has nothing to him.
Tell you what, when you consider he had a huge crash coming round Clark Curve.
Make no mistake, Taron, he looks like a little kid. He looks a lot younger than he is. But I tell you what, he's a brave kid. Definitely. I've seen that a couple of times.
And yes, his bravery is very, very cleanly disguised by the constant smile on his charming little face. Taron Mackenzie hitting the bumps there, relishing the bumps along the Cooper Straight, left through Surtees, right into McLaren's, and then into the long right-hander at Clearways, and then that final Clark Curve that swings you back onto the gravel straight. And on his final lap now, it's going to be victory for Taron Mackenzie. Takes the win on his Moto3 KTM ahead of Joe Francis on his Moto3 Honda. And Joe Irving will complete a Moto3 1-2-3 in this race when he crosses the line in third place.
And that is it. Yep.
Joe Irving finishes third. And I think Jordan Weaving, Tom Khan just hung on by 0.004 of a second to beat Tom Khan across the line. The result of the opening round of the Monster Energy Motostar Championship 2013 here at Brands Hatch. Taron Mackenzie heads a 1-2-3 for the 254-stroke Moto3 brigade on his KTM ahead of Joe Francis and Joe Irving. Tom Khan is then the front runner in the 1-2-5 class ahead of Jordan Weaving, Ed Rendell, Arnie Shelton, Ollie Simpson's Moto3 Honda, Catherine Green on the Ryan Saxelby Honda, Callum Bay rounding out the top 10. 11th place goes to Paul Jordan, ahead of McLean, Ward, Chris Taylor and Taz Taylor. Even though Chris Taylor did appear to fall on that final lap, he gets that 14th place. Sam Berman, she finishes just outside the points in 16th, ahead of Costilla, Ashley Durham, Uribe and Bradley Ray, who went out half the race ago.